Hey everyone, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. In this video, I'll be going over our top 5 played games in July of 2018. On this channel, I also do weekly videos where I talk about all the games we played that week. I also host monthly board game giveaways and top 5 lists like this one. So if you like board games as much as I do, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content. Let's jump right into the top 5 list. I've got 2 returning from last month and 3 new ones in the list. Number 5 is Deep Sea Adventure. This is for 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 30 minutes. This is a push your luck game where you roll dice and move your scuba diver down trying to pick up treasure and make it back to the boat. What I like about this game is that it's not just a push your luck game like zombie dice where you're literally just rolling, or Farco where you roll and eventually you just stop rolling or you lose all your points. In this one, you lose all your points if you don't make it back to the boat and you run out of oxygen, and then you drop all your treasure. There are some decisions to be made in this game, which makes it more than just a push your luck game. You have to decide when you want to turn back to the boat, when you want to pick up treasure, when you want to drop treasure. Once you pick up treasure, it weighs you down and your movement is reduced. So you have to balance that with getting back to the boat, and the more treasure you pick up, the more oxygen that gets drained, and it's a shared line that everyone's breathing off of. You do 3 dives throughout the game, and whoever has the most points at the end wins. This one's quick and easy to get to the table, so if you're looking for a light game, not super deep, this is a good one. Check it out. Number 4 this month is Werebeasts. This is a game that was in my top 5 last month. It was number 3 in June, number 4 in July. It's for 3 to 10 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. I think this one keeps getting to the table because it's for large groups of people. We always have adults and kids over here, and it's just easy to teach, easy to learn. It's a set collection game with secret identities. So you're trying to collect certain cards, but you have to keep it secret because if someone guesses what you're collecting, you're out of the game. But if someone guesses what you're collecting and they're wrong, they're out of the game. And whoever's out has to give up either their cards or their werechow, which is the currency of the game, to the other player. On your turn, you flip the top card of the deck over and auction it off, and that's how you get more money, and that's how you exchange cards and money. It's kind of a chaotic game, light, fun. We enjoy Werebeasts. If you want to check out a spotlight I did on it, go check out episode 46. Number 3 is Good Cop, Bad Cop. This is for 4 to 8 players ages 12 and up and plays in 10 to 20 minutes. This is a social game with secret identities about a corrupted police district. You're either an honest cop or a crooked cop, and each team has a leader, either the agent for the honest cops or the kingpin for the crooked cops. Your goal is to take out the other team's leader. Everyone gets dealt 3 cards face down in front of them, and you are what the majority of your cards are. So if there's 2 honest and a crooked, you're an honest cop. If there's 2 crooked and an honest, then you're a crooked cop. Throughout the game, you can investigate people's cards and look at one of them, and then either tell the truth or lie about what you saw. And eventually, cards get turned face up, and you start to kind of learn who everyone is, and then you grab a gun from the middle of the table and aim it at people and try and take out people of the other team, eventually taking out the leader, and that's how you win the game. There are these equipment cards that can do things like force someone to aim a gun at someone else, so you can try and save the leader of your team. They really mix the game up and make it a lot of fun. This is another one that plays well with large groups of people. It goes up to 8. The number 2 played game in July was Unearthed. This is for 2 to 4 players ages 8 and up and plays in 30 to 60 minutes. This is my new crush. I'm really digging this game. I played it first out at my cousin's house in Vegas a few weeks ago at FunkoBangCon, and I just fell in love with this game. It's a dice rolling and dice placement game. Everyone has 5 dice, 3 6-sided dice, a 4-sided die, and an 8-sided die. And on your turn, you pick one of the 5 cards in the middle of the table and decide to roll for that card. And you roll your dice, and whatever it rolls, you put on that card. Once the total of the dice on that card equal or exceed the number in the upper left of the card, whoever has the highest die gets that card. And you score points for those cards at the end of the game. What's cool about this is that you get a payout for a low dice roll also. The cards have these little hexes on them, and if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you get one of those hexes and you put it in front of you. And then once you form a circle, you can get these bonus hexes that are also worth points at the end of the game. I think that's really cool that there's a payout for a high die, payout for low die. You also have these Delver cards where if you have dice on a card and you don't win the card, someone else does, you get a payout for the Delver cards. And the Delver cards do stuff like help you modify the die rolls, maybe change one of the dice on one of the cards up or down, or maybe choose where your die goes after you roll it instead of before you roll it. I'm gonna be looking to spotlight Unearthed over the next few weeks, so look for that sometime soon. This is a fun one and I highly recommend it. Our number 1 played game this month was also last month. It was number 4 and moved all the way up to 1, is The Mind. We've played this game a ton. It is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. I did a spotlight on The Mind in episode 50, so if you wanna see how it plays, go check that out. The quick summary of The Mind is that everyone is trying to play cards in the middle of the table from lowest to highest in order. And you start on level 1, everyone gets 1 card, and you try and play them all in order. If you don't play them in order, you lose a life. Level 2, everyone gets 2 cards, so it progressively gets more difficult to play them all in order. It's a 15-minute game, so every time we finish one, we're always like, come on, let's play one more. We can beat it this time. Someone on Instagram commented on a picture I posted and described it like a Vegas slot machine, which I thought was pretty funny. You just think that one next pull is gonna win you one. That's kind of like The Mind. We still have not beaten the game yet. It's very difficult. In a 4-player game, you're trying to beat level 8. And the furthest we've gotten is level 6 in a 4-player game. Allison and I have tried to figure out why we like this game so much and why everyone we play it with just wants to keep playing it over and over. It's not a deeply strategic game. It's a social game, really, more than anything. That's why they called it The Mind. You're trying to read each other's mind. While you're playing the game, you look into each other's eyes to try and figure out what they're thinking. And there are very few games that force that sort of social interaction. Looking directly into someone's eyes is uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially people who are introverts. In this game, it pulls you in. You're forced to look into the eyes of someone. You can't just look away. You have to look in their eye and try and figure out, what are they thinking? Do they have a high 90 or a low 90? You're down to 2 cards and the last card played was 85. Who's gonna play first? It forces people to look into each other's eyes and make a connection, which is something that I haven't seen in any other board game before, and I think that's why it just draws people in. Even if it makes them slightly uncomfortable, that forms a human connection, and you all feel like you're part of a team, you're looking into one another's eyes, and I think that's one of the reasons why The Mind has such a draw that it does. Even when the concept is kind of silly, I think that human connection is what does it for people. So that was our number 1 played game in July of 2018. It's not in print in the US yet, but will be coming in print later this year. You can go grab it on Amazon UK. I'll link that in the description. That's where I got it from. It's about 20 bucks. I paid a few extra bucks for the shipping. I think it's gonna be 15, 16 bucks when it hits the States. But check it out on Amazon UK. And now for those of you that geek out over stats like I do, here are my stats for the month. I had 53 different gameplays, 28 different games, 27 different players, and 6 different locations. Now, if you notice, most of the games this month were lighter on the social side. Some months we play deeper games, some months we play social games. We played a lot of social games this month. What was your top game played in July 2018? I'd love to hear in the comments below. I'm always looking for new games to play, and I appreciate all the comments everyone leaves. It's been fun to get to know a lot of you. I will look forward to doing an August wrap-up at the beginning of September. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.